as we pootle along in a little bit of a swell, we've got a little bit of a tap. We don't know where it's coming from. We've looked at all the doors, all the cupboard doors, and I think it's a fridge door, so we've wedged that up at the moment.
We hunted and hunted for the origin of the tapping. We thought it was the refrigerator door. We even thought it was the cables from behind the helm banging on the plastic door to the cabin. But it wasn't until about a week later where we found the problem. I happened to go into the rear cabin and found that the headlining had completely collapsed. In this episode, join us and find out exactly how we fixed the problem and made it so that it'll hopefully never happen again. My game plan, knowing that this has been down before to fit the hydraulic ram in for the radar arch, is to undo these screws. This is an easy panel to take out, so I think this is an easy win. We can have a little look in there. It will need sealing in again. I can see it's been sealed in the past. So I've got this rear panel loose now. It's not screwed down. I think I'm going to have to just get a knife and very delicately cut around the sealer. I need to get this panel down. I think once this panel's down, I can fix this annoying bit of trim that needs to be glued up properly. But also, I think once that's down, I can have a look and see how this has actually held up. I think it'll be a good starter. My gut feeling is there's a piece of wood probably here, and there's probably a piece of wood here, and the wood has been bonded to the hull, and it'll probably need fiberglassing or glassing on. Just see if I can get this off now. Next, to start undoing some of the screw fittings which hold this part of the head lining up. So that's the sealant cut all round. Let's have a look and see where the lighting wires go. Right. Okay. So what's that screwed onto, I wonder? As you can see, it's a massive just a fix of sealant at the moment. So if those are screwed, I can put some new screw battens through those and reinforce those. That will start with this end. Screw coming through the deck there, I'm not sure what that's holding on, but it'd be quite handy because I can use that as an anchor point for another wood section, so we can put some more wood in there and build some battens up to really fix this on tighter. Starting to get this head lining off, and I can already see that this end section here has just been literally held together with no more nails. I can see some wood that's been bonded on underneath there, literally just stuck on. Once the first panel was down, it gave me the opportunity to look behind the main panel to see what I might do to fix that back in place. I was quite surprised to see that there was some substantial reinforcement, and it was an easy fix if I could just fix the panel which was below that to the reinforcement above. And I figured that the way to do that was going to use bonding and to screw it back into place if I could. After taking some professional advice from a local boat builder, I obtained some really strong glue that you can buy over the counter at any hardware store and decided to bond the panel back into place around the hatch opening. This is why the camera footage is a little bit shaky right now, because the best thing I could find to then hold it up was a good old tripod, and it worked really well. The bonding was really good, and I just needed to wedge it up and keep it there, and I could start work on the rear portion of that panel. After the first part of the bonding had been completed, It was then just a case of putting copious amounts of bonding between the headlining board and the reinforcement board underneath before carefully drilling out some pilot holes and screwing this to the panel underneath. This held the main part of the headlining board very, very securely in place. I may put another screw here just to give that some extra strength. I don't know how it's held on at the other end, so I need to have a look at the other end and see how that's fixed. But so far we've bonded the panel around where the escape hatch skylight is. We've bonded it again here with some really strong adhesive, and we've put the screws into place, as long as screws as we could fit in there to hold it onto the battens underneath. I'm going to leave all the props in place until the glue's completely gone off, and I'm probably not going to do very much else to this now until that glue is absolutely set. So in addition to the extra screws that I've popped in here, I have popped another one by the light fitting, still got to put cover on that. I'm starting to refit the screws back onto this upper panel, and this is a lot more solid. It's more solid than when we bought the boat. So I know it's not pretty having screw heads, however I think that I've matched them up with coloured screw head covers which match the headlining now. I don't think it shows up as much as it did do. I don't think it's really out of keeping too much. However, it's a solid fix, and the main thing is once this is put back together and bonded and the bonding is set, the headlining should stay in place and it should be good for the life of the boat. So I'm just screwing this top panel back into place now, mainly because this piece here, which has got bonding underneath to hold it up, needs two really firm screws in it, and the only way I can level that up properly is to screw the top section in first. So to that end I've rewired the lamp back in and tested that. That works, and I'm going to push all these bits of trim back in which were sealed before with sealant, and there's still sealant on there. I thought I'd got it all off, but I've just found another bit. It's just everywhere. And then once I've fitted this panel in place properly, which is being held up by the tripod at the moment, I'm probably going to put some sealant around this section only, and a very fine bead around the top there. But otherwise I think it's going to be a really solid fix. I mean, the bulk of it is really solid now, so that's not coming down, and the little section underneath near to the escape hatch, that's all bonded really, really well, so I'm really chuffed with that as well. So it's all going well. So this is the headlining completely back up now, absolutely rock solid. It's not going to go anywhere. A few extra screws underneath, which cosmetically aren't too bad, but actually can add an awful lot of strength and peace of mind. I think what I am going to do now that the pelmet is still going to be put up, I've got to put the curtain track back in. I think I am going to put a bit of sealant just along these edges to tidy them up. But apart from that, really good. I'm really happy. It's solid, and that's the main thing. What I don't want is this collapsing down completely, and that is as rock solid as it gets. So I'm dead chuffed with that, and barring a little bit of trimming up and a little bit of mastic to put in the gaps there, I'll call that a wrap for today, for the work today.